great to send a couple bag of beans and stuff into the community to help the community, but that's short-lived. That next week we're back at the same problem. So how do we actually come in and show a community how to grow their own beans? And so that way now the problem is solved forever.
My Buffalo trip is coming to an end. Over the last few days, I have met the residents who have spent years laying the groundwork to create more equity in their community. And what I've come to learn is that change and racial healing is now in the hands of the next generation of Eastsiders. Hi, Malik.
Hey, Claretta, how are you? So this is my friend Jamian. He's from Breaking Barriers, Buffalo.
Hi, Jamian. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Were you born and raised on the east side?
Oh yeah, I'm a Buffalonian, born and raised.
Jamian and I, we are racial healing facilitators. And basically we do like circles that talks about healing among like boys and men of color through Breaking Barriers.
1, 2, 3.
How was your experience growing up here?
Being a Buffalonian and taking that pride and passion into doing work that me and Malik are doing is something that I'm very proud of, that, you know, I'm not the only individual that can relate.
I noticed that in the Black community, a lot of men aren't really encouraged to share their feelings, express their feelings, and that actually further creates more trauma. So what are you guys doing through Breaking Barriers to help, you know, Black men share their feelings, and why is it so important for you as two Black men to share your feelings?
The purpose is to try to heal from any trauma that we experience in our lives. And I feel like as Black men, I mean, we all face like the same problems, but we don't really like address them. Like we don't really like sit down at like a dinner table and talk. I mean, I think that like with the healing circles, it provides an opportunity for other Black men to listen, to learn, and to grow. I want to start off with an opening quote, and the opening quote says, "We don't quit, we don't cower, we don't run, we endure and conquer." And that's by Kobe Bryant. So this quote means that no matter like what you go through in life, good or bad, you must accomplish your goals. Whatever it takes to help you become successful, you must do. So don't ever give up on your dreams or any opportunities that you desire. So the first question is, how has everyone been since the Tops Market shooting?
I sat outside and I was just sitting there thinking like, that really could have been anyone. And I think that's what haunts me to this day, that it's sad that like, the color of my skin is the reason why someone wants to take lives or do things of that nature.
For me, I think what I can do is change the narrative every day in some way, shape, or form in the way that we're looked at, so that we can reshape the minds of the people that don't necessarily see us.
What does resilience mean to you?
We oftentimes feel like we don't get the opportunity to be anything less than excellent, to be anything less than harder working than the rest of our peers. And, you know, I also think in that same light, we experience a lot of pain that kind of goes unspoken about in the things that we hide behind closed doors from trauma in our own lives, but also trauma as a result of institutional trauma.
I struggle like balancing like working, going to school, and taking care of my mother all my life. And even though it was so hard, I was able to graduate from college and get a bachelor's degree and actually do more than what people expected from me.
I'm from a very, very poor family. You know, I'm the only first kid in my family to go to college. So I feel like showing resilience is a fact that I'm still going.
What tools and resources do you need to remain resilient?
Keeping good people around you, people that will, they're gonna look out for you, they're gonna check you when you're wrong, they'll praise you when you're right. So mentors, good mentors, definitely need those.
Faith, family, and friends that I surround myself with. I have So my peers, but now also mentors that surround myself. And I think the last thing for me would be future, that I have to see that there is a future and see a better future. So I got to keep that positive attitude in front of me all the time, saying, okay, there is something better. How do we get there?
I'm a bit of a bookworm, so I do my learning in philosophy. That really helps. And like one component I think is like wrestling with whatever I'm dealing with through the application of philosophy, and then I do martial arts, so I get that escape for a little bit.
What does racial healing look like for all of you?
Racism was here before TOPS happened, and we tend not to talk about what led to that because part of the magnet that drove it, that dragged it to Buffalo, was the circumstance in Buffalo. If we look around the east side of Buffalo and we look at other communities, why is one community receiving resources and other communities not?
This is my first time in Buffalo, and I was fortunate enough to be able to, come and hear each of your perspectives. But if someone from outside of the community wants to help people of East Buffalo, what do they need to do to become a better ally?
The major issues to me at the moment, the food. Funding going into, the funding going into like more grocery stores or supporting the farmers, local farmers.
There's still only one supermarket on the east side of Buffalo. All right. And so there's only one supermarket, but if I go to other communities, there's choices. And so maybe someone who could come in and say, okay, what we can do is help you start a co-op. And we're gonna finance, we're gonna invest, not giving you money, but we're gonna invest expecting a return on our investment.
And with that, I want to say thank you everyone for being a participant, and we hope you have a blessed rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
My trip reflected a spirit of resilience. Despite all of the trauma that the East Side community has experienced, there is an outlook of a hopeful future seen through the next generation of changemakers.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.